We're doing our final college football playoff predictions today. Got no guests, but let's get into it. Alright, James, Season 5, Episode 13. How are we feeling?
I don't know. Season 5, 13 feels like... I can't believe how far in we are, I guess.
We got 10 more.
Yeah, I mean, we started at the beginning of the football season, and it feels like it's just flying by. Yeah, it's weird. Playoffs are in, a month now, I guess, for college football. Super Bowl's in a couple months. It's kind of wild. Yeah, but no, it's going to be a good episode. I was actually really excited about this when I was making my notes and thinking about it. I really do like this idea. So
yeah, very good. So we're going to do our final college football playoff predictions. Now, like we've done in the past, more of discussion-based rather than just announcing our picks. And then we'll do recent rundown, NFL picks, dog of the week. And we got some nice shorts this week, new ones, so go check that out as well.
Yep.
So without further ado, let's get into these predictions. All right,
How do we
you give me
this?
your first.
How do we want to do this? How is our...
Just say your picks and then we can talk about it.
Just my... What do you mean by my picks?
Maybe who you picked from the playoff.
All of them?
Yeah, give all of them.
All 12?
Yeah, all 12.
Just run them down?
Run them down, okay.
Can I go 12 to 1?
Maybe your first round matchups and then...
Okay, I can do that.
And then into the top 4.
Alright.
Write this down.
At my... You want me to wait?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, so I'm going to go through it first, and then we'll explain it a little bit, but just bear with me. So, at my 12th seed, I have the JMU Dukes getting in, playing at number 5 Ole Miss. At 11, I have the Miami Hurricanes going to Texas Tech, the 6th seed. At my 10 seed, I have Georgia Tech going to play at Oklahoma, the 7 seed.
1 second. Okay, you're good.
At my 9, I have the Alabama Crimson Tide going to play at number 8, Notre Dame.
Wow, you have a lot of stuff shaking out.
I've got a lot of interesting stuff. And then my top 4, this is pretty weird too. At number 4, I have Texas A&M.
Okay.
At number 3, I have Ohio State. At number 2, I have Georgia. And at number 1, I have Indiana.
Okay. Well, I have a few things to just talk. So you have Ohio State at 3?
Yep. Georgia 2, Indiana 1.
Okay. Few things there. I don't see a path where Georgia makes the SEC championship game. Because as of this point, it would be down. So we're presuming it would be a 3-way tie between Bama, Georgia, and Ole Miss.
Yeah, but they don't do head-to-head.
And
SEC championship,
it's not. So it would go down to the 4th tiebreaker. And that would be record of common conference opponent. No, record of total conference opponents.
Yeah, which is Georgia.
And it would be out. I went to a simulator, and I went and picked all the games I thought would happen, and Bama had it. And then I went and clicked some more that were kind of toss-ups, and clicked them all off, and Bama still had it. So
Bama can't get it.
Yes, they can.
I don't think Bama can. No, I think it's...
Yes, they can.
I don't think so.
Let's look it up then.
I would like to see... look up all the different scenarios that SEC championship, because my SEC championship is Georgia versus Texas A&M, and I have Georgia winning. So I have Georgia kind of leapfrogging A&M, but I have A&M as the SEC loser and the Big Ten loser. They're gonna stay in the top 4. It's gonna be. I think the Big Ten winner and the Big Ten loser are both gonna be in the top 4, obviously. And then I think if it is Georgia versus A&M, them two will also be in the top 4.
Okay. Yeah, I like the seeding after, but I just don't think Georgia's gonna make it. Let's see. This is not good. My computer's really slow.
Yeah, no, it's... I think... what I remember trying to figure out was that the 3-way tie was Ole Miss, Georgia, and Bama, right?
Yes.
And I remember seeing that Georgia needed a lot less to get into the playoff than the other 2 teams.
Oh, you mean the SEC championship?
Yeah, sorry. To get in the SEC championship.
Where did you see that?
I don't remember what website or what.
Okay.
I looked on ESPN. I looked at a couple other things, but I'm pretty sure that Georgia right now doesn't have to
based
do
on
much.
conference standings, it would be between Texas and Georgia this season today. Texas A&M and Georgia, because Georgia has the extra win.
Yeah.
So that's how that would work.
But since it's Yeah.
So
Let's see. Let's read these off.
So Alabama reaches the SEC title game if they beat Auburn and Texas beats Texas A&M, or they beat Auburn and Mississippi State beats Ole Miss, or if they beat Auburn and Alabama wins a three-way tie. So based on conference opponent winning percentage, which they will.
Okay, then look at this.
If Auburn beats Bama, so yeah, it's basically the same thing. It's basically the same thing, but
yeah. So what? Yeah. Okay. So this is what I had working out. I had
What do you have?
something crazy happening. Like, what did I have? Wait. Go to Georgia.
Georgia.
Ole Miss beats Mississippi State. Georgia wins three-way tie. Yeah, that's what I had. So I had Ole Miss beats Mississippi State and Georgia wins the three-way tie.
Yeah, but they won't.
Why would they not?
Because that's the conference opponent winning percentage, and Alabama.
How do we know that Alabama's higher?
Because I had a little simulator up on my phone.
How do we know that Alabama has a higher opponent winning percentage than Georgia?
I had a little simulator up
Georgia's
this
played
week.
Texas and Ole Miss.
What? Yeah, well, listen. There's a simulator that I pulled up.
That's valid though.
Because it's just numbers. Like maybe it's not valid, but I'm trusting it. It was a simulator, and I clicked all the games to happen, and it said spit me, and I was like spit me the conference standings in the SEC. And it had Alabama on top based on conference opponent winning percentage by like very little. And then I went and flipped a bunch of 50-50 games, and then it still had Alabama. So I felt confident putting Alabama in my SEC championship game.
Well, let's get into yours then.
So we gotta talk about yours a little more. But we'll get into. I don't know. I'll try to figure it out. You tell me like, what's your what your scenario is like? What happens?
Okay, yeah. So I got a little bit of chaos. So my main thing is that I have Miami and Notre Dame both getting in, so first I have Georgia Tech winning the ACC. If they win out, or not win out, but if they win out in the ACC, I believe they have one more game in the ACC, and then they play Georgia. If they win out in the ACC, they'll be in the ACC championship game. I believe they win the ACC championship game. I think their rank's pretty low, but I put them at 10 because I think that Miami actually squeaks in. With a couple of things I have happening, as you can tell, there's no Oregon on my bracket. And I have Oregon losing to USC this week. So
then where does that put USC?
That puts USC right outside of it. So I think because of the committee, I think they try to squeak Miami and Notre Dame in because with how high they're ranking Notre Dame the past couple of weeks, like I don't think Notre Dame drops down if they don't lose. Like I don't think Notre Dame drops down from what are they like 7 right now?
8, I think.
8. Like I don't think they drop down from 8 out of the top 12
they're 9th right
without a loss, right? So like I don't think that's possible. I think they try to do a thing where they squeak in Miami and Notre Dame so they don't really have to deal with that situation because that's been a big talking point is like what are they going to do when they're both 10-2 at the end of the year? Miami's got the head-to-head win, but they've had Notre Dame ranked ahead of Miami like the past 4 or 5 weeks. So like I think that they actually avoid all that. I think they keep USC out at 10-2.
They push Oregon out at 10-2.
Yeah, they push those two out, and I think they do the other two 10-2.
Interesting. Okay.
I think the committee, with how they've ranked it, like there's no way they boot Notre Dame out for USC.
Okay, the rest of this, I mean that's fine. The rest of this, so any other like 10-2 teams you have coming out? Like I guess you have Utah left out at 10-2.
Yeah.
You have.
I don't have them making their conference title.
What about BYU? Where do they?
I have them losing in their conference title game again.
So it's 11-2.
Yeah, I don't think they get in.
You don't think they would get in? Okay.
Nope.
It's like so much they have to choose from. Like BYU.
I think BYU.
Somebody's going to be so pissed.
Personally, BYU has been screwed by the committee, but that's just what the committee's doing. So I don't believe it's going to happen.
I feel like they've been screwed by the rest of college football at this point. Like,
well, BYU should be higher than Notre Dame. You can't. But like,
yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. But they lost earlier. Or they lost later, so they can't. So I want to address the group of 5 thing right now too, because
this was a hard one.
As of right now, Tulane's the highest ranked one. So you can kind of presume if Tulane wins out, they would be in. Is that not?
Yeah, they got to win their conference title game.
Yeah, so if they went out, they would be in.
So the thing that I had working out is JMU, in my opinion, has the easiest path to make it. Right, I think they're going to win out. They're going to win their conference title game.
Yeah, they're going to be 12-1,
and they're going to be 12-1. Right,
yes.
So. But I also think that Tulane or North Texas or even Navy's technically in it. Like, I think all the stuff in the American right now, someone's going to beat someone and knock someone else out of the playoff, like Tulane last year when they lost to Navy. right? Like I think something like that's going to happen again. That's kind of what I think. Whether it's Tulane versus North Texas in the thing, and North Texas kicks off Tulane, and then they push JMU ahead of North Texas, which they've had JMU in the top 25 before in front of North Texas. So I think they value JMU a little higher than them. And then obviously,
wait, why'd you say that?
They have JMU. The last time they were both in the college football playoff, they were at 25 and 24. North Texas was 25. JMU was 24.
That was a thing?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I think that I think they value JMU personally ahead of North Texas, even if they were going to win over Tulane. And anything could happen. Like I think they play Temple and Rice. I think they play. There's a bunch of things that could happen. But yeah, I think JMU has the easiest path to 12-1. They don't really have much competition in their conference, so I got JMU. I think Tulane's the best team, but I think something will trip them up, kind of like last year. Very similar. So yeah.
The college football playoff has not put either of them in.
Oh, there must be the A people.
There's
Maybe
A
it's the A people.
I think the 8 people has them both in right now. But
no way.
It has a bunch of group of 5 ranks. Yeah, it has North Texas 22, Tulane 24, James Madison 21.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
it was James Madison ahead of North Texas in the 8.
So I'll get to my pick in a second. But some things like what the committee is kind of telling us at this point, like as long as East Carolina doesn't win the American, it's coming from the American, which sucks for James Madison. But they had South Florida with the 2 losses ahead.
Well, yeah, but South Florida's beat real opponents.
Yeah, okay.
Like South Florida's beat a Florida and a Boise State.
So
the other American teams have not beat anyone like that.
Well, Tulane has the win against Duke.
And if we're valuing the Duke win close to the Florida and Boise win,
it's better than the Florida win. It's equal. I would say it's equal to the Florida win. I don't know.
USF taking out an SEC team.
No, USF had a better resume until they lost. Yeah, absolutely. So, but like at this point, they're clearly showing their respect to the American over their respect to the Sun Belt, and so I could see where that Tulane drops out, and then James Madison's above North Texas, or if East Carolina goes out and wins the American, then you have James Madison. But I think whether it's Navy, North Texas, or Tulane, if it's one of those 3, it comes from the American. That's my opinion.
Interesting. Okay. I think that's a little bit of bias right there.
I wouldn't say it's. I think I'm just basing that on what
you're a big Tulane believer.
I'm basing that on what the committee has shown me, not on base what I think.
Okay.
And I could be wrong. So this is the simulator I was on. You pick all the games, and then it shoots you conference standings. You do it for all the conferences. So it has with the favorites here. So Tennessee, we'd have Tennessee over Florida. You like that?
Yeah.
You like Oklahoma over Missouri, Texas over Arkansas, Vandy over Kentucky, like all that?
Yeah.
Okay. You have Ole Miss over Mississippi State.
Yeah.
A&M over Texas.
Yeah, but both those games could go either way, I think.
Let's flip all of them in a second then. Missouri over Arkansas, Bama over Auburn, Oklahoma, and then Tennessee over Vandy. Let's click that, and then we'll flip all the 50-50 ones. And see what happens. First one has Alabama because of base conference winning percentage by like that margin right there. So.
Okay, so that's the margin. Okay.
So then if you want to go back and flip all
of
these.
So let's flip the state and Texas, and then let's flip Arkansas and Missouri.
Let's flip this one too. Let's flip Arkansas, Missouri. Arkansas,
Missouri. Like Arkansas can win that game for sure.
Okay. Let's flip this.
Arkansas over Texas?
No, okay, wait then. And
I don't think none of those. I mean, Missouri could beat Oklahoma.
I think Florida could beat Tennessee, maybe.
Yeah, Missouri could beat Oklahoma. Both those could happen.
Okay, let's flip them. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see.
Alabama,
Georgia.
It'll be Alabama versus Georgia, and A&M would fall below.
That's crazy, yeah.
And A&M has no chance. If A&M loses that game, they have no chance. See?
Yeah.
And Ole Miss doesn't really have a chance either because they have 3-7. They have a 3 in there too. So but these would be the same, but it wouldn't matter, right?
Interesting.
So at this point, unless that's just wrong, like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It feels like Alabama will probably get it, but crazier things have happened. Anyway, all right. So seems good to me.
Yeah, I mean,
solid predictions.
Yeah, I mean that's my opinion. It's a couple crazy things happening. I think the committee's gonna have a lot to work with, especially.
Yeah, it's gonna be
when Miami. They want Miami to lose this week so bad to Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Like the committee wants to get either Miami or Notre Dame out. Like they just don't want to deal with it anymore. And understandably, like they're ranking Notre Dame ahead of Miami, which we've had a lot of controversies in the committee in the past. I think this year could have a lot of different things, like Group of 5. I think like last year it was Boise pretty much unanimously. And then it's like this year, like we don't really know, and it's going to come down to
the James Madison thing's going to cause some...
Exactly, it's going to come down to the last games. Like I think a bunch of things: BYU, Oregon, USC. Like what happens with that? So yeah, I mean we'll see what happens, but the committee's going to have a lot to work with.
Yeah,
so.
I think the committee has an opportunity to do a really good job, but they're not setting themselves up for that right now with their current rankings. Like, that Miami thing is complete bullshit. Like, but they're gonna have to do it. Like, at this point, they're four spots removed from each other, and they're both gonna win out. And so I'll talk about that in a second. Anyway,
I also think there's a chance that Alabama loses to Auburn.
Yeah, that could happen.
In a night game at Auburn, I think that's very possible. I don't have
absolutely.
it happening, but I think it is very possible that could happen.
All right. So let's go to my predictions. My 12 seed, I've got Tulane going on the road to face the 5 seed Georgia. And then my 11 seed, I have Georgia Tech going to face number 6 Texas Tech. I've got number 10 Notre Dame going to face number 7 Ole Miss. I've got number 9 Oklahoma on the road at number 8 Oregon. And then my top 4, number 4 I have Texas A&M. Number 3 I have Alabama. Number 2 Indiana. Number 1 Ohio State.
Okay.
So basically what I have happening is...
You have Indiana at 2?
Yes. So I have Ohio State at 13-0, winning the Big Ten championship. But since A&M loses and Indiana loses, they keep Indiana at 2. And so Indiana and A&M both 12-1. They keep Indiana at 2. And then Alabama has to jump at Texas A&M for head-to-head, right? And so that would put Bama at 3, A&M at 4. And then I didn't want to put Bama this high, but with because now they have head-to-head over Georgia now.
I would have put Bama higher.
Now they have head-to-head over Georgia. And so that's kind of...
I actually would have had Bama at 2.
Really?
With this scenario, yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. I just think that they're going to put the SEC winner as high as they possibly
Yeah,
can.
I think that's could happen. But with the 2 losses, I don't really know. I think they kind of glaze Indiana. We'll see. And then that leaves Georgia at number 5 at 11-1. And then Texas Tech, the Big 12 champion. I think they don't jump Georgia at this point. Georgia's shown too much, I feel like, where even when they go win their conference, Texas Tech stays at 6. And then that will leave Ole Miss still at 7. So that keeps Georgia, Texas Tech, Ole Miss ranked in that order right now.
Okay.
And then Oregon, again, ranked in that order. Oklahoma, again, ranked in that order. And then Notre Dame, again, ranked in that order. So
Interesting.
they would all win out. They would all stay in this order.
Right. Interesting.
And then that leaves out 10-2 Miami, 10-2 Utah, 11-2 BYU, and a 12-1 James Madison.
Do you have Notre Dame at your 9?
Notre Dame at my 10.
10.
10. Because
Interesting.
at this point, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And so my big debate with myself was the Notre Dame-Miami debate. I kind of separated out BYU and Utah pretty much immediately. Because Utah can't because of the BYU head-to-head.
No.
And then I just thought they would have to put Notre Dame or Miami and over BYU at this point.
Interesting.
And I think the committee's going to look at these 2 teams, and that they're already doing it right now, and saying their resumes are not comparable, right? Even though they both have the 2 losses. And do I agree with this? Absolutely not. But Notre Dame with their 2 losses against what the committee has is number 3 and number 13, versus you can't see their Miami's losses on here, do you? Right? So
It's to SMU and
Louisville. So that's the thing they're going to point to, right? And it's not a horrible thought. Like, Notre Dame, I think, is better than Miami. I think they would have a better chance to make noise. I think the committee's setting themselves up to say that and to put Notre Dame ahead of them in the final rankings. And
Interesting.
yeah, the more time that goes on, the more it looks like they're going to have to pick between them. And I wish they would go Miami, but they're not. At the end of the day, I don't think they will. So
yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like the committee kind of puts himself in a hole and kicks themselves every single year, is because they don't really have
I feel like they've done a pretty good job though the last few years, with putting the best teams in, or the teams, because you have to weigh. Look, does this team deserve it more to where that cancels out how much worse they are? It's kind of how you think about it.
Maybe. I mean,
right. Yeah. And so I don't know. Last year, I think they did a good job with SMU. Had to put SMU in, had to put Indiana in. They got steamrolled, but that's what had to happen, right? And you can go back to the Florida State thing. I agree. I think they did the right thing there.
Yeah, we can agree to disagree on that one.
Because they have it in their rules. You have to talk about injuries, and without the injury, they would have been in. But
I feel like what they don't do well though is they don't specify what they value more.
No, they don't, and they contradict themselves so much.
Which is a problem, right? Like they say that head-to-head victory is the most important thing. Why has Notre Dame been ahead of Miami for 5 weeks?
Yeah,
6 weeks?
Absolutely.
Why? Like they said that's the best thing, but then they say bad losses are a pretty big factor, so maybe that's why they have Miami lower. I don't know. It's just weird. I think that they don't really have what they put first, and that's what they need to figure out. Like, straight up head
They
to head.
technically have a list, but they don't follow it.
I personally actually don't think Notre Dame should be in the playoff at 10-2 at all. So that's my personal opinion. They have one good win on the season, and they have 2 losses at the beginning of the year. Right? If we're not valuing those big games at the end of the year, why does Notre Dame play them? Right? Like, Notre Dame's not even a conference. We need to value those 2 games at the start of the year. That's their best competition they're going to face the whole year. So I think that they kept it close in those games, obviously. And I think they went up against 2 really good teams. But Notre Dame has to win those games. In my opinion, if they're not in a conference, they've got to win one of those. They got to go 11-1 to be in the playoff, especially if you're going to put them ahead of Miami. I don't know. For me, head-to-head matters the most. And I don't really understand why it doesn't for the college football playoff. I also don't understand why, if a team has a better record than another team and has played a similar schedule, why the other team wouldn't be in. There's a bunch of things that the committee, in my opinion, is just kind of, like you said, contradicts themselves. So they'll make another mistake again that a lot of people will be mad at, but it'll be chaos once again. So.
It's just like, it's obviously difficult, right? Because a lot of it's the eye test, like,
They're such an eye test committee.
It's a mix of like a lot of different things, right? Because you have to weigh things differently based on the situation. Every situation's different, so it's hard to. People want you to put on paper like exactly what you're going off of, and I think if they were more vocal about why they make each decision, that would be better. But they're not, and so that's kind of a problem. And the rankings get worse every week. Like
they do. They continue to get worse.
I think they did a really good job with their first couple, and
Georgia Tech for me is insanely low.
Yeah, like Georgia Tech's got 1 loss.
Georgia Tech has been
There's no
bashed
reason Georgia Tech should be behind USC and Vanderbilt in Miami and Utah. Like, no reason.
Yeah.
No reason Notre Dame
but
should
the
be
thing for Georgia Tech, like, if you're a Georgia Tech fan or you're a Georgia Tech player right now, you just got to be like, we're winning out in the ACC, we're winning the ACC championship game, and we're getting in the playoffs, right? Like, that has to be your mindset. Yeah. It doesn't have to be like that we're so low right now, which sucks. They shouldn't be. They're a top 1,000% 15 team in the country. But,
And then, like, they go and do, like, the Notre Dame should not be ahead of Alabama. Notre Dame should not be ahead of BYU. And at that point, you just move Utah down 1, you put Miami 1 above Notre Dame, and you say, okay, right? And that's all you have to do.
Yep.
And then, like, Texas way too high. No reason for Texas to be above Michigan.
Nope.
No reason for Texas to be above Virginia, right? No reason for Tennessee to be that high. So, I don't know.
No reason for Illinois to even be in the rankings anymore.
At this point, like, yeah. At this point, Tennessee, I don't hate right there, but
no, Tennessee's not bad. No point for Illinois to be in the rankings, literally at all. Like, they've literally proved nothing. They've done nothing.
Yeah. So it's difficult, but they mess that up a lot, and
I hope that there are teams that lose, and I hope there's like a bunch of just 10-2 squads going in, and y'all got to pick the best ones, right? And I hope that they're sweating. And I hope that they pick the right teams. Obviously, I hope they pick a really good playoff. But I hope they eventually will have 1 year where they look at it and we're like, okay, we're gonna lay down our foot and we're gonna put Miami in over Notre Dame, right? Like, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna specify that head-to-head really matters for us. And when and eventually, they're probably never gonna do that. And eventually, if they do, they'll get a lot more respect from a lot of media and a lot of other teams. So.
Yeah, like there is a reason. Like, I don't hate Miami being below Notre Dame right now. It's just like they have to be closer because you're gonna have to flip them at the end of the season.
Yeah, I personally don't think so. I think Notre Dame's a better team than Miami.
Absolutely.
I think Notre Dame's honestly a top 5 team in the country right now, but they haven't won any.
Yeah, their resume is not that good.
So they don't deserve to be up there.
I think does a 10-2 Notre Dame deserve to be in the playoffs every time? Yes, but this year you've got a ton of teams that are like that, and there probably won't be a spot for them. And
I also think it's like their biggest wins are USC and Pitt.
USC is a good team.
Well, I know, but if we're valuing the USC win over, like, literally another team beating them, like, you know what I mean? Like, how are we valuing that win even close to it?
Also, I think it's dumb that Vanderbilt is going to be left out as a 10-2 SEC team. I personally have them losing to Tennessee. I think that's going to happen. But, say they don't. They still don't get in. Like, at 10-2,
they need chaos, yeah.
Vanderbilt will not jump Miami. Vanderbilt will not jump Utah. Vanderbilt will not jump BYU. Like, they will not jump them. So 10-2 SEC team going to be out. I don't agree with that. But again, this year it's tough because Vanderbilt's not a top 12 team in the nation.
You can't fit them in either.
Yeah, you can't get them in there. And why is Texas Tech splitting Georgia and Ole Miss? Georgia and Ole Miss need to be attached to each other at this point, and you just one or both of them. They should be basically the same.
Okay.
The only reason Georgia should be in the head is because they beat them. Other than that, they need to be the same. And I think, like,
I also do think that the committee, in my opinion, I would have Ole Miss above Texas Tech right now. I love Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech is close to a top 5 team in the country talent-wise. Like, they're pretty incredible. But in my opinion, Ole Miss is like, their one loss is a game that they honestly dominated 3 quarters and they let Georgia creep back into it. They are 1 quarter away from being undefeated right now and being a top 4 seed and being a lock to make the SEC championship. Like, all of this stuff, it was 1 quarter away. So I think 6 is a little low for Ole Miss, personally. I would have them at 5. I think Ole Miss is not being disrespected, but I think that they're being undervalued for how good they are. That's one thing that I noticed when I was looking at it, but I love Texas Tech, so it's like, I'm fine with it happening, but I would probably put Ole Miss above them.
Now, some of these teams can make like a big dent in any of this. Like Michigan. Now, you see Michigan beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
And they jump up.
Yeah, Michigan 10-2.
They can put a wrench into this.
Yeah.
Obviously, USC can throw a wrench into things with the Oregon win. I mean, this is...
I think we thought also, like, at the beginning, or I guess midway through the year, that we thought the Big Ten was kind of locked. And I also feel like now that it's like, we could see a third Big Ten team squeak in. You know what I mean? Like, it's possible. Like, or if it's a USC or an Oregon or a Michigan, or like, I feel like that it's very possible that one of those teams squeaks in because there's just so much stuff. Obviously, if Oregon wins, they're in, but they got to win this weekend. So there's a bunch of stuff.
Lots of stuff going to happen. I don't think it's going to be as chalky as mine is. Like, someone's going to lose somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I have Oregon losing. That's the team I have.
Yeah.
They've shown a lot of, like
all the games that are flippable, like, I just don't see those happening. Like, I see it being other places. Like, somebody gets upset by somebody they shouldn't be beaten by. I think that's where you're going to see it happen. But yeah, Oregon obviously could lose. Like, I don't know, Bama could lose.
Yeah, Bama could lose at Auburn.
Ohio State could lose.
Oklahoma can drop a game.
Texas Tech could lose, like, to BYU. So there's a lot of things that could go on.
That's also another thing. Like, if Texas Tech loses in the Big 12 title game, do they get an at-large? And they take another, right?
Yes.
They do. So, like, who gets kicked out at that point?
Notre Dame.
Right? Like, is that...
So,
but that's the thing. Like, Notre Dame's ahead. Who else gets kicked out? Is Miami in?
No.
So who's in?
What do you mean?
It's BYU and Texas Tech now. And there's no Miami or
Notre Dame. I had Texas Tech in.
I know, but Texas Tech loses in this scenario. They go 10-2.
Yeah, so Texas Tech stays in the playoff.
BYU's ahead of Texas Tech after this too?
You put BYU... No,
BYU jumps where? Like,
they would jump into
6, 5?
No, like, they would both go to, like, the 8-9 range, 9-10 range, and then you would flop Notre Dame out and leave Miami out, as far as my rankings go.
Interesting. Just a lot of weird things.
Like, I don't know. It's going to be crazy. But, like, I know Virginia could put a wrench in, or Virginia could just win the ACC. I have them losing the ACC championship game. It'd be rude not to mention them at this point. Yeah, I mean, North Texas also obviously could do something.
Shout out North Texas, dude. They have an incredible season. They deserve to have some
Do they control their own destiny? Or I don't know. I know Tulane does. I don't know if North Texas does.
No, I don't think so.
Because East Carolina's got the one loss, and Navy's got the one loss as well.
North Texas has the one loss. I think North Texas
has one loss too. Yeah.
Has the edge on ECU, but not Navy.
It's like a bunch of like it's down to like basically a collection of advanced stats is used to for the American. It's dumb, but whatever. And they use college football playoff rankings as one of their tiebreakers. It's weird.
Very dumb, but
I think as in a group of 5 team, I don't hate it, but
interesting. Okay,
let's see. Or group of 5 conference, I guess. Yeah, so lots of stuff's gonna happen. I see you might see Miami drop one. You might see like Oklahoma drop one. Something like Missouri could happen. So lots of stuff could happen. Like Georgia Tech could drop one. Virginia could drop one.
Yeah. Like
any of the SEC teams could lose at any point. So.
Yeah. There was while I'm making my bracket, there was a matchup in the second round that I kind of want to talk about that I had. And it was 3 Ohio State versus 6 Texas Tech. I really love Ohio State, and I really think Ohio State can go back-to-back. Like, genuinely, they have a very good shot. But I think Texas Tech is, like, their worst nightmare. Like, the defensive line for Texas Tech, if they get Julian Sayin rattled, I, like, genuinely feel like Texas Tech can win that game, especially at a neutral site. And then another game, Alabama going up to Notre Dame in the first round would be a dogfight. Like, that game is going to be, like, offensive line, battle in the trenches, we're going to throw the ball. Like, I don't know, it's just going to be a fun game. So those are a couple matchups that I really liked that I was interested in.
Yeah, for sure. Texas Tech. It's hard for me to gauge, like, personally, how good is Texas Tech, how good is BYU, because they play in the Big 12. They don't play a lot of good teams, like, and I feel like the Big 12 is so secluded from everyone else. Like, I don't know how good they are. Like, they could be the third best conference. They could be the fifth best conference. I have no idea. I know Texas Tech is good, but it's about can they go all the way and win it all, or are they capped at like maybe a semifinal berth? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because like
there's capped at a first round berth?
Yeah, there's a world where Ohio State and Texas Tech play, and Ohio State just throttles them.
Yeah.
Because we don't have no idea, honestly.
Yeah.
So why don't we say like what teams can win it all?
Okay, so Ohio State.
Ohio State can win it all.
Alabama.
Alabama can win it all. Yes.
Indiana.
Indiana, yes.
Texas A&M.
Yes.
Georgia.
Yes.
I would personally say Ole Miss.
I would not.
Okay. Reasoning behind that?
Especially if Kiffin leaves, like I just don't think.
Well, yeah, but we're not saying that right
Ole Miss, I don't think is that good. I'm not gonna. Now, there's no reason for them not to be in the playoffs. No reason for them not to be ranked this high. But I think when they go up against that top tier talent, that top tier team, and have to do it multiple times, I don't see them with the roster they have. I don't see them winning. That's part of why. And Lane Kiffin knows that. That's part of why he might leave. I'm telling you, he does.
I was thinking about Ole Miss the other day about how like sad I feel for the like kind of players right now, which like they're 10-1, and the only thing they're being talked about in media right now is their coach leaving them. Like seriously, like in my opinion, this team can beat anyone in the country right now, and that's my personal opinion. I think Ole Miss is a national championship contender. I think they have one of the best quarterbacks in the nation this year. I think their running game is stout. I think their defense backs them up. Like I don't know, I just feel like Ole Miss is a very scary team, especially at like a neutral site in the playoffs. Like I don't know, I just feel like that Ole Miss can get you in just so many different ways. I don't really see them matching up well against like Indiana and Ohio State. But besides that, I think genuinely they can beat it.
They could. I mean, they could. I just don't think.
And then who else would you say? Would you say anyone else?
I would say Notre Dame can.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they made the championship game last year. You can.
Yeah.
I would say Texas Tech can, because we just don't know at this point.
I would agree. Yeah.
And then I would say Oklahoma. I don't know if you would say that. I would take Oklahoma over Ole Miss.
Yet.
I wouldn't say
I'm high on Oklahoma. Like I had Oklahoma in my playoff with their insanely hard schedule, and I love Oklahoma. But I personally, right now, I don't think they've shown me quite enough. We also had like injuries in the middle of the year. It's been a really weird year for Oklahoma that we haven't seen their full team together.
We saw them the whole team together last week against Alabama.
Now we're seeing their full team together. Yeah, I mean they can win a dogfight, and that's what you kind of need in the playoffs. And they got dogs on offense. So yeah, I think Oklahoma's good.
Do you think they can win it all?
I don't right now.
You don't?
But okay. I do think that Oklahoma is very good. But right now, I don't think I've seen enough.
I think we would agree Oregon can't.
No. Oregon has not proved anything.
Yeah, obviously Georgia Tech, Virginia, none of the Group of 5 teams can.
No.
But yeah, I think that's basically it. Like Miami, if they get in.
I think Miami can, personally, but
they've lost to Louisville and they've lost to SMU.
They look like a totally different team now. Like at the beginning of the year, Miami looked like one of the best teams in the country. They had a really rough stretch, and now they look like one of the best teams in the country.
They beat Syracuse and NC State. Good for them. I need to see them against real competition again before I still don't trust them. I still don't trust them. And they won't play good competition again. That's the problem.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, this is going to be crazy the last few weeks. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out.
And we'll be covering here on the Right Bench podcast.
Unless someone goes out of town again and we have to skip a week. But that was me. Yeah. I was thinking that was you for a second. That was totally me.
Kind of felt like a shot, and then it was like...
Yeah, I was like, I shot at myself. Yeah. Anyway.
We gotta follow on Instagram, Right Bench Podcast.
That's great. Go follow Sonic too, by the way.
Shout out.
IYK.
All right. Well, good segment. Let's move into our next one. Cue the music.
Long reason right now for here today. Let's get it started. 2 pages again. So 2 weeks ago, football. Number 8 Texas Tech smokes number 7 BYU. Number 14 Virginia and number 15 Louisville go down. And then the Patriots outduel the Bucks. The Dolphins kill the Bills, which is crazy. The Rams kill the 49ers. Like I said, the Chargers dominate the Steelers. And the Eagles sucked less than the Packers, so they ended up winning that one. And then last week, number 11 Oklahoma upsets number 4 Alabama. Number 5 Georgia embarrasses number 10 Texas. That was crazy. Number 9 Notre Dame kills number 22 Pitt. That shouldn't have even been a game. Navy beats number 24 USF. Tune in later. And number 17 USC squeaks by number 21 Iowa. And the Clemson beats number 20 Louisville. And to the NFL, the Jaguars smoked the Chargers, which also was crazy. The Bills make a comeback to overpower the Bucks. The Rams beat the Seahawks. The Broncos take down Kansas City, which was huge for them. And the Eagles win ugly again versus Detroit. Now, Brian Daboll was fired by the Jets. Hashtag scapegoat. The Jets suck, and Justin Fields was benched, and Garrett Wilson is on IR. Mavericks fired GM Nico Harrison. Why now? You should have done it when it happened, man. I should have done it when it happened. The Pels fire Willie Green. Hashtag scapegoat. Hashtag finally. Wemby out a few weeks with a calf injury. Michael Penix Jr. has season-ending knee surgery. Kirko bench time. Let's do it. Kirk off the bench time. James Franklin signs with Virginia Tech, which is huge for their program. That's going to be a crazy flip in their program for sure. Cornerback for nobody knows, Jair Alexander is stepping away from football, which sucks for a team. Josh Naylor, Trent Grisham, Glaber Torres, Brendan Woodruff, and Shota Imanaga all return to their teams. Naylor's on a 5-year deal, and the other 4 are on 1-year qualifying offers. The Angels trade Taylor Ward to the Orioles for Grayson Rodriguez, which will be very interesting to watch in the future, especially with Grayson Rodriguez on the Angels. MLB awards. NL Rookie of the Year, you had Drake Baldwin. AL Rookie of the Year, you had Kurtz Nick. That was unanimous. The NL Cy Young, you had Paul Skeens, also unanimous. The AL Cy Young, you had Tarek Skubal. It's his second straight AL Cy Young, and just ups his trade value for later this offseason. The AL MVP is Aaron Judge. That's 3. And it says nothing about Cal Raleigh, by the way. All you people defending him. It says nothing. Had a great season. And the NL MVP was Shohei Ohtani. Also unanimous. That's 4. And he might win every year till 2030. The AL Manager of the Year was Stephen Vogt. NL Manager of the Year was Pat Murphy. James, I got a few things for you today.
Do it.
Let's do our games first. Only 2 of them. Number 22, Missouri, traveling to number 8, Oklahoma. Number 15, USC at number 7, Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm high on Missouri. The problem is I don't think Missouri can run the ball in this game, and that's what they lean on. They lean on, like, a gross game. And I think that Oklahoma's defense is too good. And I just think Oklahoma's offense is going to shine in this one. I think Oklahoma wins this one by a couple scores.
Yeah, we both kind of showed our cards in these picks already earlier.
Kind of, yeah.
But I agree with you on the Oklahoma thing, and then we're going to have a different pick here. I'm going to take Oregon over USC. I don't know how good Oregon is. That's another one. I just don't know. But I think they're on a different level than USC, like in the Big Ten. I think it's Ohio State and Indiana are on one level. Oregon's kind of by themselves, and then like USC and Michigan on that next level. And this could honestly go either way, but I'm going to take Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, I got USC. They got to go to Oregon, which is obviously a tough game.
That was also kind of flip.
It always is. But I don't know. I think Jaden Maeva in this passing game has been so stout this year. Like, USC's passing game, like, they sling it. The problem is, Oregon's got a really good passing defense. So we'll see what's the better of the two. But I think USC the past couple weeks have shown that they can run the ball a little bit more, which I think is going to be big in this one. If they can run the ball, when they get in the red zone, they usually score. So I'm going to go USC. If they can get in the red zone and they can run the ball, they'll win this game.
All right. Will Lane Kiffin pick LSU, Florida, or Ole Miss? Or the Giants?
Yeah, no, he's not picking the Giants.
He was the favorite when Dable got fired. He was the immediate favorite.
Yeah, no, I saw it. My opinion is that he stays at Ole Miss. I don't know. I just don't really see. I think there is an ultimatum on the table, and I think Ole Miss has said that, like, hey, before the playoffs, like, you're going to coach for us or you're not going to coach for us. Like, it's going to be one of the two. You're going to sign the extension, and I think he will end up signing the extension. I think everything that he's saying, I don't think he wants to be seen as the villain again, personally. I don't think he wants to be seen in the light he is seen from USC fans and Tennessee fans. Like, they don't like him. I don't think he wants to do that to Ole Miss. I think he loves Oxford, and I think he loves Ole Miss. And I think he's trying to build something there. I think everything around him personally is smoke, but I could be totally wrong, and Lane Kiffin could be LSU's coach tomorrow.
It's not just smoke.
I personally believe that Lane Kiffin will stay at Ole Miss.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin, like you said, doesn't.
He's a troll.
He's a troll. He doesn't want to be the villain again, but he's also in a terrible situation because he wants to be seen with that trophy. That's the problem. And at Ole Miss, it's not really a thing that's probably going to happen for him, right?
People say, but
it's just a lack of resources at this point. Like, he's hit his ceiling with Ole Miss. This is his ceiling. Like, he's not going to win the championship. And I'm going to say he's going to stay at Ole Miss as of right now. But every time he talks, I get less confident. Now, I think this is less trolling and more like sincerity out of Lane Kiffin. Like, the way, like, he's unsure how to answer these questions when he gets asked about them because he has no idea. The truth is not what people want to hear. That's just fact. He hasn't signed the extension. He's not denying it. Like, the truth is not what people want to hear at Ole Miss. So he's interested. And whether he takes those or not, I'm not sure. I don't think he knows at this point. But if he knows, then it's not Ole Miss. Right? But, like, the more he talks, I just get less confident. Like, why haven't you signed your extension? Why do you keep talking like this? What's the rhetoric you're using in your press conferences? Like, and the fact that he's going to want to scratch that itch of the national championship, and the best way to do that is to go to LSU or Florida, sorry. So, I'm going to say Ole Miss.
Yeah, I think one thing that I was thinking about this week is that I think we have to, at some points, I agree that Ole Miss is not, like, they're just not there. But I also think that in the modern age of college football, they actually can be pretty good. And I think that Lane Kiffin will stay. I truly think that he loves Oxford, and I truly believe that he is weighing in all of his options.
He's interested.
But I think that with the contract on the table, and it says everything that you have said to the media, I think that he says, yeah, I'm going to sign it. Everything you said to the fans is right there on that piece of paper. So just sign it, and I think you will.
And it's also like, what are you, like, your family visited Gainesville and Baton Rouge. There's videos, that evidence. Like,
both of them.
So when you get asked about it and you say, I'm not handling with this speculation, it's not speculation.
Yeah, I mean,
it happened.
That's just him being
so, like,
Kiffin.
Like, I think it's, like, he doesn't know what to say because their answer is the wrong one.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know.
I also think that's a little bit of just
he's not too smooth with the media.
Lane Kiffin's attitude, too. He's just like,
I don't know. Yeah, he's kind of high all the time.
Yeah, facts.
Man, it's going to be an interesting couple of days. I think it's all going to figure it out this weekend. And the fact that he wants to coach in the playoffs, like, I know he does, but at what price are you paying for that?
Win a national title?
Yeah. The price might be a national title, right?
Maybe.
So we will see. Let's get into NFL picks, though.
Let's do it.
Man, James, a couple weeks ago, I kind of stormed you here. I'm now at 88 with you at 79. You're going to have to make a late season push here.
Yeah.
Even though it's only middle of the season, you're fine.
Yeah. I got a shot.
But last episode, we had Peyton on. He went 8 for 13. Puts him in 7th place, I think, out of 10. So, not great from Peyton. That keeps our top 3 the same. It's on the screen right here. I don't know what it is. I didn't write it down. Anyway, let's get started. Patriots versus Bengals.
I actually think this is an upset game. I got the Bengals.
You gotta start picking them.
Patriots have shown a lot, but I think the Bengals back against the wall. Like, they got to start winning games if they want a shot in the playoffs. So they're pretty much gonna have to win out, maybe lose one more. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bengals in this one. Back against the wall. Joe Flacco time, probably. Joe Burrow maybe back next week. So I got the Bengals.
Yeah, it's like, it said New England started the season hot. We were like, okay, like, at what point, like, this is Buffalo's division, and they just keep winning and keep winning. I think they've won like 7 or 8 straight now. It's 8 straight. So, I'm on the train at this point. Like, you can't not be on the New England train. Like, I think they're probably gonna go win this division, and I don't know what playoff looks like, but I have them winning this game. Like, it's the Bengals defense that has looked horrible. Drake May projected 30 fantasy points against me, which is unheard of, and also probably won't happen. Colts versus Chiefs, big game.
Yeah, this is a big game, I think, for both teams because the Colts, they're going to prove something against a really good Chiefs team. If they win this game, they prove themselves as a Super Bowl contender. Chiefs, they kind of need to win this one. Like, they need to start stacking wins. It feels like we were just saying, like, Chiefs are going to make the playoffs. They're going to be fine. They're going to make the playoffs.
It's not that anymore.
They need to start winning. Like, and I don't think it's this week. I think the Colts coming off a bye week, everyone's going to be healthy. I think they look really good in this game. I think Jonathan Taylor, once again, looks like Offensive Player of the Year. And I think they roll to a win pretty easily, actually.
Yeah. As I'm sure y'all all know, I'm not fully on the Colts train. But this is the week where I can be, if they win this week, right? It obviously depends on how the game looks. But I think this is one I thought about for a long time. I think the Colts are really good. But I think the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes. I think the Chiefs didn't look horrible last week. And Patrick Mahomes, I don't know how they keep losing when Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. But I'm taking the Chiefs. I think they're going to feel the sense of urgency. I think Mahomes is going to know what he has to do.
He's got to start winning.
And they got to start winning now. And I think that starts here with a big win. And I also think the Colts are going to kind of start to fall off a little bit. They're still going to make the playoffs and stuff, but I don't see them
I feel like we keep
getting
saying
like
that.
the one.
I
Like,
feel like we keep saying
I
that.
don't. I know. Well, I keep saying
Or
that.
you keep saying that.
This is the week where I will stop. But
Okay.
if they lose, it will just get louder.
Yeah.
And it won't just be me. Steelers versus Bears.
This is another one where it's like the Bears are kind of rolling right now, like kind of under the radar. They look pretty dang good. The offense looks good. The defense worries me a little bit, especially, which I think they're going to get in the playoffs, especially come playoff time. That defense scares me. I think they win this one, though. Banged up Aaron Rodgers, or no Aaron Rodgers in this game, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, yeah, I'll go with the Bears to continue their streak, move to 8-3. Pretty wild.
Yeah, absolutely. They're in the top of the division right now, over the Packers,
Never thought
over
they
the
were gonna
Lions.
be top.
And I mean, yeah, without Aaron Rodgers this week, I'm assuming, then it's not going to be great for the Steelers. And I think the Steelers are a solid team, but again, this is where they start losing, and the Ravens start winning. But we'll get to them in a second. Actually, next. But I'm taking the Bears here to keep rolling. The Ben Johnson effect is in full effect. Now the vaunted New York Jets going against the Baltimore Ravens.
This will be the bounce back game for Lamar, and it'll show that the Baltimore offense is for real, and they're trying to make their push. Yeah, I think Lamar and Derrick Henry both rushed for probably over 100 yards. I think this is going to be an absolute slaughter. I got the Ravens.
Got the Ravens as well. No Justin Fields, he's benched. No
so
Garrett
weird
Wilson.
what's happening over there.
Yeah, it's
like he gets
interesting.
benched, and then he comes back, and he has like one of the best games of his career, and then he gets hurt, and then he comes back and he plays decent, and now he's benched again. It's just such a weird like thing going on.
Yeah.
Kim and Tyrod Taylor are both not good. So like,
Yeah, neither of them are good. Oh, so Justin Fields isn't good anymore.
no. I think Justin Fields is good, but like what everyone is saying is, I believe that Justin Fields in the right situation has
No,
already.
you did not.
Here.
Change it up. Hold up. You keep talking. I'll pull it up.
I personally think that Justin Fields in the right situation. I think he's already proved that at the beginning of the career with the Bears, he's pretty dang good. Like that dude is pretty good. So I think if you put him with a top 5 offensive line and a really good wide receiver group, I think Justin Fields can tap into that like top 15 in the league type quarterback.
I mean,
So
I think if he needs a great team around him to be good, I wouldn't put him in the top 15 realm. But
yeah, but would you put Brock Purdy in your top 15?
Probably.
Yeah, like Brock Purdy's in your top 15.
Probably.
And he's a good quarterback. He's an incredible system, but he's also an incredible
Yeah,
quarterback.
Now it's kind of unfair to Justin Fields. Like we set out after the Bears stint, which didn't go great. Like this guy, he's on the Bears, right?
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, he's gonna go to a new place, see how he does. Steelers, he looked good. He looked good with the Steelers. Now on the Jets, kind of the same thing, right?
It's just weird though, because it's like at the Steelers, he's got a weird situation. Like Russ is playing half the year, but he's also playing. But like it's just like
Yeah, but he looked good when he was starting. So I think
That's what I'm saying.
Justin Fields,
he still gets benched.
when he doesn't have the worst system in the league, it'll be something to watch. I have the Ravens as well. Seahawks versus Titans.
Yes, would be the Seahawks. Pretty easy one. Titans like genuinely look like one of the worst teams I've ever had to watch. So I got the Seahawks.
Titans don't look good either. Seahawks, after the loss last week, I think they're going to come back with a vengeance. I think they're a true contender in the NFC this year. I think the NFC West might be the best division in football.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they're going to slaughter the Tennessee Titans. Vikings at Packers.
This is a really interesting game. I really think that the Packers are like no longer
They're losing it,
even close to contention. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings in this one and bounce back against kind of a weird secondary for the Packers this year. Not very good. I think that Justin Fields and the Vikings receivers finally kind of have that game.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Justin Jefferson and JJ McCarthy. I think it's a really good game from the offense from the Vikings. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings over the
I
Packers.
should try splitting fields out wide. You know, see what happens.
Honestly, you could. You could throw him out there. He catch a couple balls.
The Packers have definitely not looked as good as they did in the start of the season. But I still have them winning this game. I think Minnesota, they haven't impressed me. I don't think they're really very good right now. I think this will be a hard-fought game, as it always is, but I have the Packers winning it. I don't know. They either can prove a lot to me here, or they can prove to me very little. But I have them winning this game. Giants versus Lions.
Yeah, I mean, I think this would be a trap game for the Lions if
everything's a trap game
if
playing
the
the Giants.
Giants were healthy. The problem is Giants aren't healthy, so I can't pick them. Jackson Dart, there's a chance he plays this week, but with a concussion, you kind of never know. They have a banged up wide receiver core. I just don't really see the Giants winning this one with the kind of offensive scheme they're going to have to run out there. So I'm going to go with the Lions in a bounce back. They need this win bad. Like, they got to get back on track. They're 6-4 now. It's kind of starting to become like, are the Lions going to make the playoffs? Like, I think they do. But the Lions need this one to bounce back for sure.
Games like this, they're definitely going to make the playoffs. The Lions, I think, are going to come back with a vengeance. against the beat up bad New York Giants team without a coach, and it's going to be a slaughter.
Do we ever talk about that firing too?
No, I mean I talked about it on recent rundown. It was #scapegoat.
I know, we just never really talked about it
because it happened the day after our last pod, and it's been 2 weeks.
It's really weird fire, by the way. I don't agree with it, so I don't really have much to say,
I think it's a little early, but I honestly, at this point, you either should have fired him a year ago or fire him a year from now.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like also he was doing really well with Jackson Dart. He was doing really well. You just have injuries.
It's the #scapegoat situation.
It just feels like there's just no point to fire him though. You're starting to trend up, and
because
now you got to
fans
find
want to see something.
Do they though? They saw something. They saw Scattaboo and they saw Jackson Dart.
But now they're saying
the flashes.
But there was people calling for his firing at this point, and you're having a horrible season, and you need somebody to blame it on. So
yeah, I guess.
I think it's dumb. I think they shouldn't have fired him, but here we are. Jaguars versus Cardinals.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals in this one. I think the offense just looks better. The Jags looked really good last week.
They're so weird.
The Jags looked real good. Going back and watching those highlights, the Jaguars generally look like one of the best teams in the league. But I think the Cards get them in this one. I think the offense is going to look really good. That passing attack has been pretty incredible since Kyler Murray's left, so I got the Cardinals.
Yeah, passing attack is not the problem for the Cardinals. We'll see if Trey Benson's back or not. Not that I care.
What a dog.
But,
limited participant practice
yeah.
today, so...
Jacksonville is really weird, really inconsistent. I really don't see them going much farther with their season. I think Arizona comes up with the upset here over the Jags. Big one, Falcons-Saints. Big rivalry.
It is. It very much is.
Do it.
Do it! I know. I picked it too, and I'm thinking about do I really want to do it? I'm gonna do it.
It's not the Panthers at home. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go with the New Orleans Saints. I really think that the offense coming off a bye week is gonna look better. The Atlanta secondary that we thought was gonna be one of the best secondaries in the league sucks right now. It looked like one of the best secondaries at the beginning of the year, and now it's just bad. They are just bad. They're trending down, and the Falcons obviously really banged up on offense. No Michael Penix, no Drake London. I don't think Kirk looks good in this game. I think the Saints win this one in a 17-14 type of game. I got the Saints.
Kirk Cousins was never the problem.
Don't want him to win, but they...
Kirk Cousins was never the problem in Atlanta. I think he's going to come in. He might not distribute the ball as people like, but he's going to win you a game, I think. And this one against a bad New Orleans team. Tyler Shutt has been looking solid, though. We'll see how that turns out later. But I think we might be saved from drafting a quarterback this year.
Thank goodness, please. Please don't draft the quarterback.
Which might be beneficial to our team if we can draft somebody else.
Not even in the 6th round.
But, yeah, there's no reason to do that at this point. But I think Shuck is, you think you give him a year maybe after this, see how he looks, decide, is he our franchise quarterback or should we go in the draft? It'll be interesting to watch. I have the Falcons winning the game. Browns versus Raiders.
Trash versus trash, baby. We got Geno versus Shadur Sanders. I really don't know what I wanted to pick coming. I didn't know what I wanted to pick when I saw this matchup. I didn't immediately know. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, huh.
Sanders is going to play. What do you mean?
I've been saying it every week that Las Vegas' offense can finally hit like it did those first 2 weeks. It looked so good those first 2 weeks, and Geno sucks. And against a pretty good defense in Cleveland, I think they actually get the win on the backs of not really Shadur Sanders, on the back of Myles Garrett and that Cleveland Browns defense. I think they stifle Las Vegas. Literally, Geno should throw the ball to Brock Bowers every single time, and the fact that he doesn't look his way enough is insane.
It's getting better, though.
Yeah, it is getting better. But I think Cleveland Browns will win in a defensive battle.
It's crazy how it goes where, Geno's mediocre his whole career, even less than that.
Now he sucks.
And then, no, but then he goes to a good system, plays good.
That's true, yeah.
And then he goes to a bad system, everyone expects him to not go back to where he was before when he was in bad systems.
But you could also be mediocre again. You just suck now. You're the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Not good. He wasn't a starting quarterback before, and there's a reason for that.
Well, he started a little bit for the Jets.
But
at the beginning of his career.
Yeah, but before he got to Seattle, there's a reason he wasn't a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold's showing you that, and the Raiders are showing you that.
A little different level than Geno Smith.
No, yeah, exactly. He's playing like that. He's playing like an MVP candidate that he is, right?
Yeah.
Sam Darnold is showing you how good that system really is.
That's not because of the system.
It's
some of the system, but Geno and Sam Darnold are two.
No, but Geno had an average offense in Seattle. Now they're contenders. Now you're seeing how bad Geno really actually was.
Yeah.
And Geno isn't really any good. And I still have Las Vegas winning the game. I think they have potent enough offense.
Okay.
And a quarterback that is not in his first game, to where he is capable enough to win them ball game in a really ugly one. Cleveland, it's either gonna be really good or really bad.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see Shedeur Sanders in like a full week of practice as the QB1 because he hasn't gotten that yet. So like we'll have to see like does he look as bad as he looked last week? Because he looked horrible, but
It'll be tough.
He was tossed into a really weird game where he was like, go win it. I think with a full week of practice, I think he'll look pretty good in the offense. Obviously, he's got a lot to do and a lot of room to grow, but I think it's good that they're finally starting to like, they're going to see maybe some flashes from Shedeur Sanders and figure out their offense a little bit.
Yeah. Eagles, Cowboys.
Another, like, really weird one. Like, the Eagles have sucked the past 2 weeks. Like, genuinely, but they've gotten wins. I think the Cowboys looked really good last week. I think the offense... I am doing it. Okay. I'm very certain in this pick. I think the Cowboys beat the Eagles in a absolute shootout. I get the Cowboys. I think they're going to look really good in this game, and I think they've looked good the whole year. They just don't have the defense to kind of fall back upon, but that offense looked so good last week against a bad Las Vegas team, but still.
I think we're primed to see a Philadelphia Eagles breakout game. I think it's a perfect storm, right? You have a team, your offense has looked bad, but your defense has been looked amazing the last couple of weeks. Sure. And now against the Cowboys offense, that's good, but I think they're going to show out again. I think they're going to have a good day on defense. I think their offense is going to finally hit that stride because the Cowboys defense, that is horrible.
Yeah, they're bad.
They're going to hit their stride and win this one by a few scores. I got Philly.
Yep.
Bucks, Rams.
This would be the Rams. The Rams really do look like one of the best offenses in football. They look like one of the best teams in football. They look like a genuine contender this year. Like, this is the year where I feel like the Rams can win another one. I'm interested to kind of see, like, who's healthy for Tampa coming into this game. Like, what's it going to look like? Like, who's Baker going to have? I feel like with all those kind of question marks, I think the Rams win this one. I think it's Sunday Night Football. Yeah. So they got a little more time to get healthy, but I got the Rams.
Yeah, Baker and the Bucks, I guess. They've looked a little bit off the last couple of weeks because of the injuries, probably.
Yeah.
And Baker hasn't really looked like himself.
That's also true.
And I think the Rams have put together a couple of crazy good wins against the Niners and against the Seahawks. I think that keeps rolling. The Rams are on a different level than the Bucks right now. Panthers, 49ers.
Monday Night Football. I think it'll be actually a pretty good matchup. I think both these teams answer some questions about them, right? We get Purdy back for San Fran, and they look really good. Like, that passing attack looks really good now. And then Carolina, Bryce Young. Looks like the guy we were expecting Bryce Young to be. So I do think that the 49ers win this one. I just think they're the better team. I think their offense shows out against Carolina's pretty good defense. But I think Carolina keeps it close. I think it's a really good Monday Night Football game, but I'm going to go with the Niners in a close one.
I was thinking about this one for a second, and I was like, oh, wait, Purdy's back. Like, this is a different team with Purdy as their quarterback. And when that came into play, like, yeah, the 49ers will probably win this game. Also, Panthers 6-5, 0.5 games out of their division right now. No way. like no. So,
I told you. I picked the Panthers.
Like,
what I said?
No. 49ers.
What did I have Carolina going and getting into the playoffs, remember?
10-7? Was it 11-6?
Lower.
9-8?
Yep.
All right.
9-8. I don't know if NFC South, baby.
I don't know if 9-8 will get you in the playoffs in this NFC.
You never know. Yeah.
But,
yeah. You're right. No, they get in if they win the NFC South.
If they win the NFC South, I also don't see it. I mean, right now the Bucks, they've been going through a gauntlet, but that I don't know what it looks like later in their schedule. But
we'll just see. Carolina's playing like the Carolina team I was expecting all year, but
yeah,
finally they had their game.
They've definitely impressed me for sure. And you were right about that. Just like I was right about the
Panthers being good?
You're right about the Panthers. You were.
Hey, but everyone knew the Rams were going to be good. Come on. It's the Rams. I mean, I wouldn't expect... What?
I mean, like, way better than the 49ers, like I said.
Well, I mean...
That was kind of my...
Well, if they didn't have Matt Stafford for 8 weeks, it might be a little bit of a different story.
What are you talking about?
The 49ers didn't have to start quarterback for 8 weeks.
You said Matt Stafford.
That's what I'm saying. If the Rams didn't have Matt Stafford, it'd look a little bit different.
Well, the 49ers still look good with Matt Stafford. The 49ers, like, they played each other, and the Rams beat the shit out of them. Like, Brock Purdy was not saving that.
I would disagree personally, but okay.
You thought with Brock Purdy they would have won that game? They lost by 30.
I think the game would have been a lot closer. What happened the first time they met? Like,
okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, I think the Rams are really good.
They beat him with Mac Jones.
So let's get into the dog of the week. I'll go.
Dog of the week.
I'll go first again, just in case we have the same guy again.
Dude, no, I go first.
I can tell you the copycat. No. I will not be called the copycat. All right, let me show me your dog.
No, I want to see your. Oh no, it's not.
Oh yeah, same.
No, go ahead.
Okay. My dog of the week is Braxton Woodson. He's a quarterback for Navy. Not the quarterback, a quarterback. Because he came in when Blake Horvath got hurt. Went crazy passing numbers. 2 for 3 for 39 yards. Added on 9 carries, 103 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's more like it. had to come in when Blake Horvath got hurt in the fourth quarter and led Navy's offense to keep responding to USF. USF kept scoring in the fourth quarter, and Navy and Braxton Woodson kept responding. That's what led them to finally, USF would get it to 1 score, and Navy would bring it back to 2. And that happened the whole fourth quarter. Led to a Navy win. And Navy ended up defeating number 24 USF 41-38. Killed South Florida's playoff hopes and kept his teams alive. That's a dog right there.
Yeah. All right, my dog this week is a guy that we have not given enough credit to. And a guy who I think has a good shot at going to New York for the Heisman ceremony. And a guy whose position doesn't...
Byron Brown, everybody.
God, that's kidding. God, that's kidding me. I wish. Played a good game last week, by the way. Really good game.
Yeah, you can.
Doesn't get enough love at the position he plays, especially on this segment of the show. We don't show enough love to the defensive guys.
Yeah.
I got Jacob Rodriguez, a linebacker from Texas Tech. This guy, genuinely, I'm going to show you his season stats. He's got 54 solo tackles. He's got a sack. He's got 7 forced fumbles. 7 forced fumbles is insane. And he's got 4 picks. Very, very similar season to what Manti Te'o had, years ago, and he was Heisman runner-up. But this week, he had 9 total tackles. He had 6 solo tackles. He also had 1 carry for 2 yards, and they gave him that touchdown. Because they are trying to feed this narrative of, let's go give this guy the Heisman. They're trying to get those extra stats. So when they were on the 2, their head coach put Jacob Rodriguez in for a touchdown. So pretty cool. He's been a dog all year. I think this week there wasn't many options, so I think we should give our love to Jacob Rodriguez and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. They've looked great.
Yeah,
He's looked great.
Yeah, he's been great. I think he probably will find himself in New York.
I would love it. It would be cool to see a defensive
Chase
player.
Young found himself in New York.
Yep.
So, no reason Jacob Rodriguez can't. Go check out the shorts this week, by the way. They're going to be great.
Yep.
Next week, I promise we'll do NFL grades. I wasn't lying last time. And that'll be fun. And we'll hopefully have another guest.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because 5 of them said no this week.
That's crazy. 5.
Yeah. But anyway, see you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.